12 years of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's leadership marks one of the most consequential political periods in India's recent history. This era is often viewed through two contrasting lenses. On one side, supporters highlight large-scale welfare delivery, infrastructure expansion, digital transformation, and a stronger global presence. And on the other side, critics point to rising cost of living, unemployment concerns, inflation pressures, and questions about institutional balance. So the real question is not just what changed, but how evenly the benefits have reached people. Well, let's explore both the perspectives. Governance and welfare transformation has remained the supporters' view. Let us highlight about it. A defining feature of this period has been the expansion of welfare schemes delivered directly to the citizens. Schemes like PM Jan Dhan Yojana, PM Ujjwal Yojana, PM Kisan and Ayushman Bharat have reshaped how welfare is delivered. Under Jan Dhan Yojana, more than 58 crore bank accounts have been opened, forming the backbones of direct benefit transfers and reducing dependency on the intermediaries. Under Ujjwal Yojana, over 10 crore LPG connections were provided to the households that earlier depend on traditional fuels. Healthcare access expanded through Ayushman Bharat, which provides up to Rs 5 lakh annual coverage with over 10 crore hospital admissions authorized so far. Food security was strengthened through PM Garib Kalyan Ann Yojana, now supporting over 78 crore beneficiaries with free food grains. Supporters argue that all these schemes represent a shift towards direct, large-scale welfare delivery with improved transparency and reach. Now let us shed light on the economic transformation which has made India digital. Another defining change has been India's digital revolution, as UPI has become central to daily transactions, processing billions of transactions every month. In 2026, making India one of the world's most advanced digital payment ecosystems, and platforms like DigiLocker now serve over 60 crore users, allowing digital access to the official documents. And alongside this, initiatives like Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat aim to strengthen domestic manufacturing and reduce import dependence, particularly in electronics, defense and semiconductors. Now, let us shed light on the infrastructure and the global positioning. Infrastructure development has been a visible transformation with expansion of highways, expressways, metro systems, ports and airports across the country. India's foreign exchange reserves have also risen to around $700 billion, strengthening macroeconomic stability and global investor confidence. Supporters view this as India becoming a more confident and globally influential economy with stronger economic fundamentals. Well, amid all these developments, criticism and public concerns still remains at large. Despite all these achievements, several challenges remain widely debated. As the rising cost of living, let us shed light on that. One of the most visible concerns is inflation in essential goods, as LPG cylinder prices have increased significantly over the time, often crossing the rupee 900 mark in the recent revisions. Petrol and diesel prices have also remained high due to the taxes, global oil fluctuations and the Middle East crisis. And critics argue that rising LPG prices increase household burden, fuel inflation resists, transport and food cost, real income gains are reduced by rising expenses, and supporters respond that subsidies like PMUY and DBT reduce the burden for poorer households, and global energy prices also influence domestic rates. Employment challenges still remains at large. Despite strong GDP growth, employment remains a key concern. Critics argue job creation has not kept pace with the growing workforce and informal employment still dominates. Youth unemployment and job quality remain central policy debates. Supporters counter that new sectors like digital services, startups and manufacturing incentives are gradually generating opportunities, though challenges remain. Now let us shed light on the rupee depreciation, as the rupee has weakened from around rupee 60 per US dollar in 2014 to near rupee 100 in the recent years, and critics argue that this increases import cost and fuels inflation. Supporters highlight that currency movements are influenced by global factors such as oil prices, interest rates and global market conditions. Demonetization and GST debate is also one of the biggest concerns, as two major reforms remain widely debated. Demonetization implemented in 2016 is seen by critics as disruptive to small businesses and the informal economy, while supporters say that it boosted digital payments and formalization. GST simplified taxation but initially created compliance challenges for small businesses due to frequent adjustments and the learning cost. institutional and democratic debates also remains, as critics also raise about concerns about the media independence, use of investigative agencies, space for dissent, parliamentary functioning. And supporters argue governance has become faster, more decisive and less affected by policy paralysis. Now let us shed light on the security and the national events. This period also witnessed major security developments such as Uri in 2016, surgical strikes, Pulwama in 2019, Balakot airstrike and the Galwan Valley clash in 2020. Supporters view all these as a strong response to the national security threats, while critics argue that security challenges continue to persist. Agriculture and farmers protest. Well, the 2020 farm laws triggered widespread protest and were later repealed. Critics see that this as a sign of insufficient consultation with stakeholders, and supporters argue that the intent was agricultural reform, but implementation faced resistance due to the structural concerns. Well, the 12-year journey under the Modi government reflects both the transformation and debate. It also includes strong welfare expansion, major digital and infrastructure growth, rising global economic presence, and simultaneously cost of living pressures, employment concerns, currency depreciation, ongoing institutional debates. Ultimately, this period will be judged not only by its achievements or criticisms, but by how all these changes shape India's long-term economic strength, social balance, and democratic evolution. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.